we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the San Francisco 49ers. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, what a move. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Cleveland comes out on offense, and we focus in on RG3, Robert Griffin III, who last year got injured in Week 1, wound up only making 5 starts. Obviously, the Browns struggled, Charles. What is his future? What is Robert Griffin III's future now?
To be determined in 2017 and really in the off-season of 2017. Totally healing up from the injuries he had in 2016 season. Adapting again to another offensive coordinator.
And right away, he lost the football. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play 1 there?
No, that was never in the script because...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Dorial Green Beckham, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This is Isaiah Crowell. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Griffin looking for Barnage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ahmad Brooks. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now Hightower trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I have to admit to a little bit of surprise on that play call. Short yardage, and they try to go wide. They got spilled for their efforts.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And as the Cleveland Browns come back out onto the field, they'll get going again on offense here in a second. But 1-15 this last year. And it's a franchise that since moving back to Cleveland in '99 has only been to the playoffs 1 time.
Hard to believe, right? Just 2 winning seasons in that time.
Yeah, only 2.
Well.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get footy, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And this stadium is abuzz after that one, understandably so. I cannot believe he hit that thing.
And you can't help but think back to Tom Dempsey. And his record stood for, what, 43 years until Matt Prater broke it? And now here's a new record. And I'm with you. I cannot believe that ball went through the posts.
The 49er defense now heading back out there. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call take.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The intended target was Corey Coleman. That'll bring up second down. Second and 10 now. Griffin. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down. Starters defensively for the 49ers. New coach, new GM, but a couple nice pieces to build around up front. Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner.
And that continues for them because, remember, they were the same duo in college at the University of Oregon. Now they're teammates of the San Francisco 49ers. And I think both have played well in their short time in the league. But they also get help because they have an experienced veteran on the back end.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Good! Here we go now. All right, now, look at 56. Look.
Second down, Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dorial Green-Beckham with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And he's able to put it through. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Again, it's Crowell. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
Now look out. Griffin hit, and he lost lost the football. It's loose. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Beckham. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Touchdown, 49ers. Odell Beckham, 51 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the 49ers defense gets ready here as they trot back out there. They sure didn't get a whole lot of rest. They had the 3 and out, forced a punt, but that's returned for a touchdown, so they're on the field quickly.
So they're cheering. They're happy. They like what they saw.
They're like, oh, I got to go get my helmet. Right?
But it is a quick turnaround, so we'll see how they handle that on this possession.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time, and it's 3rd down.
Every time I see a hitch pattern dropped, I go back to the combine, because there's a drill that they use all the time that's called the gauntlet drill, where a receiver catches the ball and just works his way straight down the line and catches it from different sides. And the problem with that drill is that you don't actually have to secure the catch. You just kind of catch it, drop it immediately, and keep moving. And sometimes that shows up on plays like this.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now the Browns defensive unit trots back out. And maybe for them at this stage, it's sort of put up or shut up time. They need to stop trailing here.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that one. They've got to go out there now and put an end to what's been going on in this ball game, where they've just given up points, got pushed around, so to speak, during this contest. They've got to find a way to end it right here, right now.
Can they end it? Let's find out. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline that's kind of interesting. LA a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to LA. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less
to become
culture
the Rams.
shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium, essentially, for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously, trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give them a gain of 37. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened,
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden, with it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Oh, well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know
go.
I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year, they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. 1:59 to go in the first half.
Detroit!
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Odell Beckham. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is.
Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself,
and across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tim Hightower from 8 yards out, and the 49ers continue to roll. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And incomplete. That time they were looking for the former Auburn Tiger, Ricardo Lewis. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd down, Johnson. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, we're into the second.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Beckham, the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Christian Kirksey not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Cousins now on 2nd down. Looking deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Cousins, and that is incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And 4th down coming up. Here's Tom Hackett now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And look at this. It's a fake. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long.
Okay, that was a fake punt, and it was successful. Throwing the football. I know you threw the football in your past off of a fake.
Yeah, but unsuccessful back in my high school days. Old Tim Jones dropped it, hit him right in the numbers. But I'll tell you what, these guys, they love this opportunity, don't they? A chance to get involved.
They certainly do, and many of them were quarterbacks or big-time players when they were in high school and college. So to get back doing what they did before, always fun.
Cousins now, escaping the pressure right, on the run, and he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dorial Green Beckham as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Surveying the field. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report. Here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The 49ers have done a good job making the plays they need to in order to get out to a big lead. The Browns will have to make some adjustments before the second half gets underway.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. John. Why'd you skip Larry's halftime? I'm just kidding. I don't know who you are. But if you're John, I bet you're pretty freaked out for a second. All right, let's get to the 3rd quarter. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Oh, that's Tyler Eifert. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyler Eifert, 75 yards. And the 49ers continue to roll. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often, maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense, but Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to
first.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Cousins. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico. Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Dorial Green Beckham. 70 yards. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. On 2nd down, here's Griffin. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
On 3rd down, Griffin. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. The interception. interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go again with Hightower. Uses the stiff arm. Give him 11 on the gain there, and it'll be a San Francisco first down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tim Hightower, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And Charles, the second time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A chance for us to look now at this 49ers defense. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here? They begin with a run by Crowell. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
A fake to Crowell. Now it's Griffin. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and get the first down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Ready. Flag 32.
On 2nd down, Griffin looking middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Gary Barnage, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. Griffin gives to Johnson on the draw. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. What a spin. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Tim Hightower, 63 yards. And the 49ers continue to roll. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And the Browns getting set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the... And now here is another interception. A great read, and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And he'll bang that one through. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Griffin gives to Crowell on the draw. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Still first down.
Good!
They come out here in the eye. On the carry, it's Hightower. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns and, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Play fake to Johnson. Now here's Griffin. He's good. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah, Ty Detmer.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Uses the stiff arm. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now Cousins eluding the pressure right. And Eifert has it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling.
And brought down for the sack. DeForest Buckner in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. That's pulled in at the 32. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Sheds a 2nd man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. They're practicing the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And this is caught at the 8. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
There's pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. So now on comes the field goal unit. And this will be a, shall we say, a rather optimistic try here. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.